his winning smile and contagious humor, Jamie Rowe is one of the few North American singers who have won the hearts of Christian youth in Latin America. This can only be explained by an event that occurred much earlier in his life, when Jesus won Jamie's heart.
Looking up too high, she fell away, reaching for a sun ray.
Originally from Fort Branch, Indiana in the United States, Jamie grew up with a strong desire to leave his small hometown and do something great for God with his life. During his teenage years, music seemed the best way to achieve this, leading to his first experience playing in a heavy metal band called Tempest. Alongside his brother Mike, Jamie began playing bass, but that soon changed when a record producer heard him sing. Jamie was 19 years old in 1988 when Tempest recorded Eye of the Storm, an album released under the Pure Metal label.
You and I, good news black out, you got us on the run. Well, read the book of Acts and we, the light of Jesus can't be overcome. Tell me, can you feel it? Listen, I believe it. Talking about the power of love.
Despite early success, Jamie was not satisfied and soon decided to test his talent by moving to California, never imagining how this move would impact the lives of a whole generation. Jamie landed a job as vocalist for the band Guardian, that was already becoming known in the heavy metal scene under the Enigma label, the label that had signed the popular band Striper. However, at the time Jamie arrived in 1990, the band had freed itself from the contract with Enigma and signed an agreement with Pachyderm Records, owned by the famous brothers John and Dino Elefante. In 1990, the band released Fire and Love, which positioned them as one of the best-known bands in Christian music. On May 16, 1992, Jamie married Heather at Christ Chapel in Franklin, Tennessee. Interestingly, the band Petra used the same chapel as the set for its video, Who's on the Lord's Side. In 1993, Guardian released the album Miracle Mile, which established their reputation as one of the most important Christian rock bands in the world, often traveling to Europe. That was followed in 1994 by the album Swing, Swang, Swung.
People often viewed us as just straight hard rock band, which we definitely had that influence and definitely had those roots, and that was a part of us. But we have just made an unspoken rule between us that we would never stop changing. We would always, experiment with new sounds and new music and allow ourselves to just be excited by new music.
The Christian public in Latin America was not unaware of the impact of the music and message of Guardian. The group released a Spanish album titled Nunca Te Diré Adiós, containing the best songs from the band's previous albums. This proved to be the best way to break down prejudices against Christian rock in Latin America. Nunca Te Diré Adiós made it clear that band members' hearts were focused on Jesus. They didn't wait long for results, as the album was surprisingly successful. As a result, the band soon performed concerts in several cities in Latin America. In 1995, the band released the album Buzz, and in 1997, Bottle Rocket, the year they also released a much-anticipated second Spanish album under the title Promesa. This album reflected stylistic musical changes that the band had been experimenting with since Nunca Te Diré Adiós, shifting from a melodic rock to a more alternative sound.
If you look at a record like Fire and Love, and Miracle Mile, which is, you know, hard rock and good melodies, and then we did Swing Swang Swung, which is an acoustic, you know, like almost a total turnaround change, but it's still Guardian. And then you went into the buzz and ball rocket period, which is more influenced by alternative music, but it's still Guardian.
In 1999, the band released Live, an album recorded live in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and Nashville, Tennessee. January 2002 added a new chapter to Guardian's history. Finally, in partnership with Vida Music, Guardian's last album to date, titled Dime, was released. This was the band's third Spanish project, including original songs not available in English.
It's hard to say goodbye, my friend, but this
Looking back, Guardian had fulfilled its mission, ending, at least for now, its successful season as one of the best Christian rock bands that, in addition, share a burden for the Spanish-speaking world.
Guardian ceased to exist as a band. There wasn't a defining moment where we said, okay, you know, we're tired of each other or anything like that. It was more like we had 10 solid years of touring and recording, traveling, and we just get to the point where we felt like we'd accomplished what God had for us and that it was a good time to stop. So we still remain, you know, like family and brothers to each other, and but we've all moved on to do different things. I have decided to still continue as an artist.
At about the time that Guardian released its final albums, Jamie had already introduced some of his solo efforts in a collection of demo songs recorded on a limited edition EP with the simple name Beautiful. Released in 1999, the album contained 5 songs. A similar project, Peppermint Daisy Music, released in 2000, presented 13 songs.
She never felt much love until that day.
Making 2004 a banner year, Jamie Rowe introduces his first solo album, a double disc that contains 10 English songs as well as their corresponding Spanish language versions under the titles Dios de Amor and Songs for Heaven and Earth. This album shows another side of the singer and composer who once dreamed of leaving Indiana to change the world.
With my solo record, which we were recording in Spanish and English, basically I've just been writing songs and trying to figure out where God has Jamie Rowe, not Jamie Rowe the Christian musician, but Jamie Rowe the seeker of Christ, and just kind of re-establishing my relationship in Him.
Cantaré, cantaré, cantaré a ti, Señor.
Adding to the excitement, Jamie traveled in January 2004 to St. Petersburg, Russia, to film under the direction of Boris Idinyov 4 music videos that will accompany this, his most recent recording project.
Does that answer the question at all?
Yes, it does.
It's hard. It's hard to explain, but it does. I would like to be remembered, truthfully, as the man who could eat more sushi than any other Christian artist in history. Is that okay? No.